So it's, I guess it'll go to St. Louis at VSU for the final, like 28 seconds of that half.
And ended up with the fast break, and Hudson, another phenomenal look to Mariana Asari, who finishes at the rim.
St. Louis wants to play for the last shot here in the half. Kennedy Calhoun at the U, bringing it up the floor. Shot the clock down to 3. Nobody comes out, so she'll take the 3. That one won't fall. It's 33.
And after one half of play, VCU leads St. Louis on Virginia Commonwealth's Kids Day match. Now we'll go to the final minute or so of the first quarter here from Corpus Christi. Actually, let's go to final. A few seconds here. As a half-court heave is over the backboard, and it is no good. And Texas A&M, Corpus Christi leads here on Kids Day at home against Houston Christian by 10. And we have 4 games here at halftime. 1 at the first quarter, between the first and second quarter media break. So you have VCU leads St. Louis 33-24, 26-18. Albany leads UMass Lowell 36-1. South Alabama leads Georgia State, and 40-31. Florida National leads Utah 18-8. Texas Christian leads Houston Christian. And like I said before, I was going to show you show you some other games here that aren't Kids Days. I'm gonna whip around the second half of the App State game from 6 Eastern to 7:15 Eastern. I would say about 7:20, 7:25 Eastern. So I want to watch that. Minnesota number 9 Ohio State. So because I'm Minnesota going over this one. So. And then we might be whipping up Miami and then ACC game. Miami and ACC and AC. I don't have the AC register, otherwise I do believe about number 23 Florida State. And you have some other top teams that might be running, like Vermont in the America East, or even a better, more competitive matchup, maybe Bryant and JT. Maybe some top SoCon teams, even saving maybe Tennessee Tech will rock the feature one. We'll probably do that. We'll do that one for sure. Tennessee Tech will rock. Maybe I'd bring in a team from the America East. Maybe bring in the America East matchup or a SoCon matchup, or even bring in a ASUN matchup or Metro Athletic Conference or NEC or something. We'll see though. We'll definitely try to bring in like different conferences though. Well, a few matchups from different conferences though. Try to bring in the OEC feature game. Obviously bring in that Sunbelt match. Bring in that maybe Ryan and JT. And maybe we'll bring in some other top matchups. We'll see what goes on, but we will see though. But yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I'm not for sure, but we'll see. And we'll bring in here. So it just depends on what kind of goes on in these games. It really just depends. I mean, honestly, because I'm not for sure really like what game, to do. It just depends on what, like, what's the most competitive game at that time. Somewhat plays with that too. Like, or what, if I want to do top teams, I might bring in top teams. You might see like more competitive matchups. Just depend. But it's kind of near like the middle of February. Especially these like one bid leagues. You want to know who you're going to see. You kind of want to get you kind of have an idea of who you're going to see in like the NCAA tournament. The one top team in the conference standings right now. You can assume has the best chance, but not always makes it. But still, if the 1 seed makes it, and then the 2 seed makes it into the WNIT, or even if the 1, 2, or the 3 seed, if the 1 seed say falls in their conference tournament, they'll get the WBIT. So you can see the top 2, top 3 teams having fates for the conference tournament. Not the conference tournament, but the postseason tournaments. So you'll be able to see those matchups. With not necessarily, there might not be 2 teams at the top, but they're just featuring the team at the top, though. And especially if you're in that top like part of the season. If you're in that top part of the season, if you're in that top part of the season, top part of the conference in this part of the season, you're gonna make it to the conference tournament. And even if your conference doesn't do, every team gets an automatic bid. You will to the conference tournament. You will, and it'll be one of those things that you'll also your conference. You'll see what teams can make it to the NCAA, the WBIT, the WNIT. Especially if you're one of those mid-major conferences that doesn't, might only have one bid league. Like you want it looks good for these schools. Regardless if you're a mid-major school, it looks good for your school. You know what I'm saying? It does. It looks pretty solid for your school though to make it to like a secondary tournament. If it's at the NCAAs, because and a lot of these schools do that, for going to like secondary tournaments because they want their kids, students, they want the players to be able to play. It might be sometimes it's like a decision, not really like a decision that that the school. It's more of a decision that the athletic director, like the not really based off like the university as like a whole thing. It's more of kind of like it's kind of more of a thing where the the coaches and the players and stuff. We want to be able to play as many games as we can, regardless of what tournament is and regardless of it. Obviously our goal is to make it the NCAAs as a one bid league, but if we don't do that, by winning the conference tournament, if we don't do that, we want to be. We want our players to be able to play as many we want our players to be able to play as many games as possible. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know. Obviously, you do want your players to be playing as many games as you can. And that's kind of what these, like, when bid leagues will do. You'll see, like, that's kind of, I like that, though, that the WNIT, WBIT, like, you know, especially the WNIT, I do like that they have, like, it's almost mid-major exclusive now. That, there's still a few, maybe about 500, around about 500, like 500 or above power conference teams that they make in the WBIT. I do like that, but I mean, it is kind of nice that there are, I mean, more mid majors. I mean, the 500 power conference teams, it's kind of like a thing. Like, hey, if you're a top mid major, you know, just didn't happen to win your conference tournament, like one of the top teams in your conference. Can you beat like a power conference team that's like, you know, in a really tough league went 500 in their like conference season? You know, or like maybe 500 or a little bit less than 500. Still played like really competitive games every day, every game in, game out. You know, can you happen to beat them? You know, and typically they can. And that's what the fun. That's awesome. You know that like the majors can beat power conference. So these power conference, those power conference teams in the like Big 12, Big East, Big 10, EC, SEC. And yeah, this Big East is really not necessarily considered power conference, but they are in men's and women's basketball, like a big power conference.
Duffy with Ollie. Bounce pass to Argueta. Back around Whitner for a catch and shoot three. It's off the iron. Billstead cannot go and save it. Whitner, 3 points, Duffy 3. Islanders shooting 9 of 18 from the floor. Here's McGuire with Griswold with a handoff to Prim. Trying to get that two-man game going. Prim with a hook shot finds his way in. Prim now with 2. Got it up quickly to Whitner. Islanders are not wasting time moving the ball up the court. Back around to Criswell. Resets the offense at 20. Miguel Aguado going to go in here in a moment again. Got it inside to Argueta. She said, I'll put it up from there. Did not get the Philly roll. Duffy gets the rebound and the putback. So Monet Duffy with a big contribution off the floor so far. 5 points in about 4 minutes. Joe Ollie at the top. Goes all the way underneath. Can't finish. Duffy with the rebound. Griswold. Exit. Griswold's hooked. Oh my goodness, what a nice move from Timmy Griswold off the right side of the basket. 28-20. Huskies had it tied up, had it within 2 for the longest time. Islanders pulling away just a tad. McGuire, though, going to try to change that as she'll stop and put up a 3 here in a second. Tullis from the elbow. Inside to Ollie. Pulled out by Argueta. It will be rolled out of bounds. Last touch by the Islanders. And it's a dead ball, so we'll take a timeout here on the floor with you guys. It is 28-20 with 4.
And so we have here. Now a few more games here. What's on here? Well, now we have the third quarter getting away here. Here in some games we have VCU 33-24 with St. Louis, 26-18 UAB leads UMass, 39-33 South Alabama leads Georgia State, and we have Florida National 40-31 over Utah. So I don't know which one we're going to show. Let's go to. Let's actually go to South. Let's go to well, Utah, Florida National, and then we'll go to South Jersey. We've shown a little bit more South Jersey State. It seems like that one.
Early accomplishments on both ends. There you see Coach Adams relaying the info. See, that's a few times now we've seen Delma get really deep off the penetration.
And timeout, Florida International. So the International School in Florida calling the time. International University calling the timeout. There. And now let's go to Georgia State.
Driving toward the basket, puts it up, got some contact.
They're going to say before the shot, it looks like Daniela Gonzalez is going to be called for that foul. Her third personal.
There's another look at it.
And she certainly already had gathered the ball.
Tolliver going to take the jumper. Make it! Come out of the locker room, you got Henderson and Tolliver doing things to get on the board for you. The shoot from outside and making that one is Krista Narcisse, freshman from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Right back at you now. Narcisse 3 for 3 from behind the arc.
She's in double figures now with 11 points. Tolliver, pass, Addie thinks about it. Now she's going to drive to the basket. In traffic. Thought she got bumped.
A little out of control there that, between her and Crystal Henderson, sometimes they tend to rely too much on the officials to bail them out.
Here's Daniela Gonzalez. Narcisse, we know what she can do. We've seen her light it up. Shot clock at 10. Here's Tolliver. She read that one perfectly. Comes away with the steal. All the way back in for the layup.
Defense to offense right there. The bread and butter of Georgia State.
Tolliver now in double figures with 11 points. Baseline drive. Agony Matthews changed that pass, just deflected it. Back the other way, and long pass by Tolliver.
Yeah,
But neither Addie or Henderson would look it up. There's a steal again by Tolliver. Trying to put some pressure here. Trying to force a turnover. Narcisse with it. Drives, tries to feed it inside, but knocked away by Georgia State. And here comes Kaylee Addie back the other way. Addie driving all the way, puts it high off the glass. No good that time, and the rebound taken away by South Alabama.
Good contest there by Leggett.
Spin in traffic. Awful doesn't get that one. It's the deck. Got a whistle. The timeout. Coach Jackson wanted a timeout.
And we have a media timeout at Georgia State here. 42-36. South Alabama with the lead over Georgia State. So, we have here some games here. We'll take another and continue on with the kids they whip around. We have BCU 35-24 St. Louis with 9-12 in the third. 9-16 in the third. Uvalde 20-18 Minnesota. 5:40 in the third. South Alabama takes them out up 42-38 over Georgia State. And the Florida National 45-36 over Utah with 7:30 in the third. And at 2:45 in the second quarter. Texas A&M Corpus Christi leads Houston Christian 30-22.